Alright folks, and welcome back for another episode of Magic Farm 2. I am working on finishing up my little auto crafting thing here. Well, tree farm auto crafting into crafting tables, getting cooked up for Thaumcraft, sent up through here with some warded jar storage into the Thaumic Restorer. Alright, so after a fair amount of tweaking, I think I have this close to working. Let me get down here so I can see the lower area first, or for a minute. Okay, so what's going to happen is wood is coming in from the farm and coming into this barrel, and then we'll lock that, shift right click to lock it, remember? Apples will go here, and saplings will go there, and I guess what I could do is put a trash can on the end full overflow, so we'll just keep one barrel's worth of each, something like that. Alright, so then what I want to do is pull the wood out of here, and I'll turn this into an output in a moment once I'm ready to go. That's going to flow over into the sawmill. It's going to input from the bottom, and I had to play with the settings a bit, but basically if I do the red to the left, that makes this sky red, and I do the yellow to the top, that's going to put the secondary or the sawdust out the top. So if I just cut up one of these, we should see, and it's going to go straight through here, auto craft it, and there you go. Crafting tables in there, sawdust in here, and once this chest fills up, the extra sawdust will go into the trash can and get voided from the world. Just to be extra sure that it doesn't go there, that it always goes here first, you can right click that with your wrench, put it in the mode dense if you look at the whaler tip over there, and probably already know this, but if you right click it again, you get green. It's vacuum mode, and that will make it go there before other places. We obviously don't want that, so let's make it dense, and that will make sure that we have a nice full chest full of sawdust before they start getting thrown into the trash can. Okay, so that's all good, except there's no coal in here to make this cook anything. And I thought I was just going to pull extra planks out of here and just use planks instead of making coal or charcoal, but I couldn't get it to work. So since this is an input, or it seems to be linked to the input, I can't seem to pull out of here. I mean, I can make the bottom blue and then it should be linked to this, but it's an input so it won't go out, and I don't know. Couldn't figure any way to pull out of this internal inventory. I don't know if there's a way to do it or not, but it made me go the extra step, and really this is the better way to do it. This will be more efficient. So we're going to put a redstone furnace here. It's going to pull in some of the wood from the barrel. It's going to input from the right, output to the left, and we don't want any of these others. So it's going to pull in logs, it's going to cook those up, and then output charcoal over here, and it's an auto eject thing, so I don't think you even need to change that direction, but just to be certain, I'll do that. So let's just put one in here, and that should auto output here, go up into our furnace, and that is going to cook up our crafting tables. The crafting tables are going to have some arbor and some Fabrico. That's going to go into the alembics and get, well, whatever. Come up through the pipes into here. I have one jar for arbor because we have to get rid of it, and this is actually a void jar. Ooh, I need to scan that. Yeah, void jar. Ding! Ooh, and I got a new research note. A wand focus for dislocation. Okay, Thaumic Tinker. I'll have to check that one out. So many things here. I'll just put a couple things in the old knapsack for the moment. Okay, so void jar I didn't do on camera, but basically you take a warded jar, a piece of obsidian, like the top is kind of obsidian there, and an ender pearl on the bottom in your arcane workbench, and that's how you make a void jar. So pretty simple compared to just an upgrade to these. Okay, so this is going to fill up, and it's going to just accept as much arbor as we ever want to put into it, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. Over here, these guys are going to get full, and once they're full, the purple slurry won't have anywhere to go, and once that's full, it'll stop cooking up things because there's nowhere for the purple slurry stuff to get, well, there's no room for more of it. So this will actually stop cooking stuff up until there's some room. So until we use this, I hope, it's just going to get all filled up and it'll just sit there waiting for us. So we should have 4 full jars of Fabrico ready to go to do our repairs with, and then once we use it, it's going to, use a bunch of that up and it'll start auto crafting again. That's the plan, at least. So yeah, boy, this has turned into quite the deal. All right, so I think this is the last thing. We're going to make this an output, and again, you can either give it a lever or you can install a pneumatic servo. And once you've got that in, we can just say ignore, and out comes, we probably don't need full stacks. Well, sure, why not? It's just, well, right, because this one just has one spot, so it's going to turn around and bounce back. So instead of bouncing a bunch of stacks back and forth, let me just have it send like 2 at a time. It'll bounce a couple. I don't think it matters, but whatever. Alright, so this guy's going to cut them up, and it's going to output the sawdust up here. Yep. So all the sawdust is going to go into here until this all fills up, which will be plenty of sawdust, I think. At the same time, the planks are coming over here, and they're getting cyclically assembled. If you hit shift, it'll show you what it's going to make here. So I have a schematic that tells it to make crafting benches. Crafting benches are being output to the left, and they are going into the top slot here. Some of the wood is also coming into the redstone furnace because it can accept wood, and that's getting cooked into charcoal. Charcoal is coming into the bottom slot. This is cooking this up, and now we see, well, it's still got fire here, so yeah, you don't really see quite yet, but it doesn't matter. We're going to have so much wood and so much charcoal, it just doesn't matter. And then the slurry is going up through the pipe. The pipe is coming over here, and out is coming the Fabrico and the arbor. And it is pretty slow, but once we get a good setup here and the jars are full, we'll be okay. Now the reason I think you have to do arbor is otherwise arbor will just get stuck in one of these alembics and never come out, and then that will basically stop the whole process and you won't be able to get your Fabrico out. Otherwise I'd just forget about the arbor completely and not worry about it. Now this would go a lot faster if we used Alimentum, but A, we don't really care, and B, Alimentum right now is a bit of a pain to craft. Okay, so we've got some Fabrico. Let's go upstairs and try this out. Come on, up we go. There we go. And of course it's dark. It's always dark, isn't it? We're going to put a tube right here. And actually, before I do anything with it, let's go back down, because this is one of the things that was bugging me when it was in the full system. I don't think you get any more of the aspects that thing will accept. So it's kind of like it's filling up some internal buffer, but you don't ever see it. So 42, there's 58. Let's give it a second here. We should get 59, we should get 60, but this just stays at 42. So the instrumentum, when I was cooking it up, I never saw it. So it's like it's in the, what's it called? Thaumic Restorer. But there's no interface that actually shows you there's anything in here. So I don't know, it's kind of annoying. I presume it has an internal buffer of some size, but I have no idea how big it is, nor do I have any idea how much is in there, because there doesn't seem to be any display. Okay, so I need to eat a little something here. And then let's go ahead and throw something in and see what we get. I did the goggles a bit. Let's do the boots. They could use a little bit of juice. So let's throw the boots in. And there is a little display that pops up on the top and shows you, okay, so how much is it doing? 5. Yeah, okay, so Fabrico does 5 per point. Instrumentum did 8 per point. I mathed it out, did the math, whatever. Hey, and that's done, so we can get those out and we're fully repaired. So 8, 5, and I don't know, Ordo must be 3, something like that. Yeah, but there we go. So I think, oh, trash can. Let me make one more trash can, which is really simple to make. There are other blocks. If you don't have extra utilities, there is the nullifier, which is basically thermal expansion's trash can, which is a little harder to make. And basically this one is a block with lava in the middle. So you pipe things into it, the things go into the lava. You know, conceptually, the things go into the lava and get burnt up, and that's why it nullifies them. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to let this run a while. We can see that we're now backlogged like we would expect, right? We've got a full stack here, we've got a full stack here, but this guy is, oh, and we got a full stack here. So everything's kind of just stuck waiting for the, what's it called? Alchemical furnace. I think I called it an arcane furnace before. So basically we're just waiting on the speed of the old alchemical furnace, and that's basically just waiting on the speed that this slurry is going to be able to get out of here. Now it's not stopped, is it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that not... Well, it can't be stopped because of the arbor, because it would start filling these up. Give that a minute and see what's going on. Yeah, okay, so trash can here, and basically if all the rest of this fills up, do I want to trash that? I might want a little more than that. Let me put an emergency chest on the end that'll just hold a little bit of extra everything. And then if all that's filled up, here we are, 3. Then you can go into here, and just to be extra safe, it's already the furthest thing, but we'll make it red so that it really is the furthest thing. Alright, so why are you... It really doesn't seem to be processing this anymore. But I don't get why, because the void jar should just keep sucking that up. And there's plenty of other warded jars for things to go into. Do you guys see it? I don't see it. Oh, that's full of Fabrico, and that's full of Fabrico. Okay, okay, so these guys are both full. So all I can guess is that guy's full. And since he's hooked up, he's the only place the Fabrico will go. So I'll unhook. There it goes. So I may have to put a... I don't know. I may have to take a tube off of here until we want to use it. That's pretty weird. But yeah, it seems that if that's hooked up, that's the only place Fabrico will go. I mean, I guess it'll still work, but we won't have any actual storage down here, which is kind of dumb. I'll have to see what's up with that. But obviously now we can see we're getting Fabrico, whatever, in all of these. And I was going to go ahead and label them. Maybe if I label them, that'll keep that goofiness from happening. Oh, well. Now that I labeled these two, they sucked all the stuff out of here. So I'll have to wait until this finishes up filling, and then I can label these two as well. Or I can go get a glass file and do it. Either way, I think this is working pretty well, and I will just have to see what's going on. Worst case, I just have to break one Essentia tube when I'm not using that thing, or I don't, and you know, basically there's no storage except whatever storage this guy has, which I'm guessing it's, you know, half a jar or a jar's worth, something like that. But anyway, yeah, I think it's working. I can, well, these won't micro block, so I can't really put a cover on that. But yeah, it looks alright. It's not too bad, I think. Well, I could change these. Yeah, let's do that. One more on-camera thing, right? Always one more. Spruce planks. Let's get 2 of those. Click all the things in the right direction, please. Alright, now remember when you're using the axis of the extreme in the house to shift click, because if you don't, it'll do a 3x3x3 area and it'll chop up a bunch of stuff you don't want it to. Yeah, alright, so that's a little bit better. That's a little, you know, looks like it's a little better filled in. Okay, so I think that's about it for the moment. Let me kind of monitor this thing a little bit. I'll see if I can figure out what goofiness is going on with that that little buffer system. And I'm going to take a break for now. Maybe it for me tonight, actually, but for you, I'll probably be back in just a couple seconds with some other stuff. So we'll see you then. Alright, folks, back for just a second. I see what's going on now. Both of these alembics have filled up with Fabrico, Fabrico, and there's nowhere for the arbor to go. There's no alembic for the arbor to go out into. They're not draining into here because I think it's waiting. Well, that doesn't make sense either. Anyway, something goofy is going on with the arbor, and what I'm going to do is throw one more alembic here and see if that helps. No, because there's just more Fabrico there too. Now you can shift right click to clear these. There, I cleared it, and now that one's going. Okay, so these are both full, and this one is doing its arbor thing. Huh. Well, you know, yeah, something is getting messed up while this is connected. Maybe I'll try a filter pipe there, because I've got that filter pipe upstairs. Let me grab that. Maybe if I put a filter pipe here, it'll... I don't know. Something's going on with this guy. Did I get the filter pipe? Yes. I can do it downstairs. I think I still have one more label at least. Oh, but I need a glass file because I need to be able to filter it on what I want it filtered on. Or, you know, make a permanent label basically instead of a temporary type one. So let me grab that. We'll make that into a Fabrico label. Oops. And we'll label this. We'll make this a flux filter. And this, I think as soon as I did that, it's going to start, yeah, it's fixing itself, and it's, well, yeah, these are all kind of working now. So whatever the derpiness is going on here, this one's finally draining out. I don't know if this will fix it or not. Let's find out. Alright, so we'll put that there, and we'll label it so only Fabrico can go through. But I guess this is really the same thing. Like I said, when that's hooked up, these don't fill up anymore. It seems like it only goes up there, and somehow that's affecting the arbor as well. So this is no longer draining. It's filling back up. And if I shift right click it, come on. Trying to get some arbor in there. It keeps getting Fabrico back in there. Boy, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I could filter only arbor, but then I don't know if that guarantees this will actually get Fabrico in it. Ah! Alright, so there's some little bit of derpiness here. That didn't seem to fix it, but at least I see why it's not going properly. And I think it's just got something to do with some goofiness on this block. So, you know, when I'm ready to do repairs, I can just throw down an Essentia tube, throw some stuff in there, and we'll be good. But yeah, that's why it's stopping, is because it's getting all the alembics full of Fabrico, and it's not draining it properly for some reason. But then again, that means we got now 3 alembics full of Fabrico ready to repair stuff, so maybe that's okay. You know, it's sort of just using them for storage instead of the warded jars. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it for now. I will be back later, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Alright folks, looks like that's basically an episode already. I thought of one more thing to try, and if you look at Essentia tubes, and go to the second page, there is an Essentia Valve. And I'm thinking maybe I can just turn on and off this valve to connect and disconnect the Thaumic Restorer and keep that from being a problem. So I'm going to need an item grate, which is iron bars over a trapdoor, a tube, which I have, and a lever. So I was just working on this. So iron bars, trapdoor, and there's some more bars in there, of course, and a lever. See, I might already have a lever, I don't know. And an Essentia tube. So let's grab this one right here. It's been working great, by the way. All my stuff is now totally repaired up. Here we go. Oh no, we're going to need this guy because it takes a little bit of magic to do this. So a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and a little bit of juice out of the wand. Come on. There it goes. Took it a second. And we get an Essentia Valve. That guy's pretty charged. I was going to take him upstairs and show you the charging station going, but not going to take much. So, okay, so we got a valve, and we can turn it on and turn it off. Unfortunately, I repaired everything already. Well, here, I got shears. So, I would guess that it starts off? Or, oh, I don't know. Let's try it this way. So if it works, okay, so that's, well, no, hold on. Okay, so that's off because it just did a little bit and now it's stopped. So let's go downstairs and take a quick look and see if these guys are filling up or not. So are we in our odd state? Yeah, okay, they seem to be doing stuff. So 64, yeah, perfect. There we go, dudes. Guys, folks, people, guys and gals. Gals, what is it? Oh, I can't think of it. Guys and dolls? Is that what that one thing is? Yeah, anyway. Okay, so the filtered Essentia tube does not seem to have helped, but the valve looks like a really nice way of enabling or disabling this without having to break the connection. So just turn it on, and we get some repair, and we're done repairing. We turn it back off, and now the alembics and everything work properly downstairs, so we get a nice surplus of Fabrico waiting for us next time we want to come by and repair stuff. Alright, so cool. I think that's cool. Oh, one other thing, they did note you can hook this up to a redstone signal instead of manually turning that on and off, so there's another option if you want to hook it up to some redstone signal for some reason instead of doing that manually. Alright, well I think that will do an episode. Expected to do a little more than just play with that system again, but yeah, it turned out a little more complex than I expected. But I think it's pretty cool overall, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you see any ways to improve it or have any comments. I love getting the comments and love hearing the feedback on these episodes. It's a lot of fun for me, and I'm hoping it's a lot of fun for you guys too. So that's it for now. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.